Today we are shooting at a veterinarian hospital with someone very special. This is an active 24/7 hospital that can't just shut down because they want to do a shoot. So they gave us a spare room and said, here you go, shoot 2 interviews in here. So here with David, and we are in a very tiny little room where we need to shoot 2 interviews. And this is kind of the setup we did. Oops. David, can you share from that angle, kind of show what it looks like?
This is what I'm gonna see, and this is what camera sees.
David threw up a hair light here, and then we got a light here, staged a little here.
Yeah.
Kind of working with what we got, you know? Then the interviews began. Adam asked the question because he's the director on this shoot and he knows the direction we need to go. After that interview, we actually had another interview scheduled, but the doctor had an emergency to attend to. So we left the room set up and ran around the hospital grabbing B-roll and photos. What's really interesting is working with animals like these. It's super important to keep your footprint small because they'll get startled by big or large equipment. The doctor we were waiting on became free, so we quickly jumped in there and shot another interview. David optimized the lighting a little bit more by making that panel vertical instead of horizontal. He's always thinking of new ways to make things better. Then we jumped into a commercial portion of the shoot where things were more staged and we brought a little bit of lighting with us. Again, we kept the footprint as small as we could because this is a live hospital. We don't want to get in their way too much. There's customers walking around. There's live operations happening, and we have to be respectful of that. This is the A camera we're using here on this shoot. It's an FX3 with the Cineback mod. Just makes it bigger and the battery lasts longer. Then we have an FX3 on a gimbal and a Sony a7S III for photos. Again, David found a way to make the lighting more smooth. He put that diffuser in front of that light. It softened it and made the shadows look a lot nicer in her face. Then we got burritos and talked for a few hours. We talked business, we talked life, we talked the difference between a freelancer and being a production company. And I just love it. It just really nourished me. I loved hanging out with these guys.
Fucking YouTubers at the mall.
And now for day 2. Of course, we talked business on this drive. And when we got to our next hospital, we were pleasantly surprised by this beautiful big room. We brought in the flowers, the little pots you see in the back there, and that plant, and we just really took our time to set it up and make it look the way that we wanted to.
Okay, so how many lights we got? We got a key, a fill, kind of like a kicker, and then hair light rim. And then look right here. Yep. Looks good.
You mean as far back as like, how far back?
Yeah, I'm sure they can go far.
Adam is an awesome interviewer. He really helps people feel relaxed and open up. That was cool seeing. Once we were done with our interviews, it was time to break down and time to shoot B-roll at the same time. So I broke down and the fellas went out and got B-roll. So that way we could quickly move because we had a schedule to keep and we had another hospital to visit. And the room is back to normal. All our gear is packed, ready to go. On our ride to the next location, we did a little business in the call. I had a lead that I wanted to call, so I shared some details with the guys about it. They gave me some advice. I gave the lead a call, and it looks really promising. Then David went ahead and sent some emails, and he closed a gig too. This hospital wasn't very busy today, so they gave us a much cooler place to shoot. One of the areas where they actually do work. We first thought we would shoot on this side of the room, but then we decided to move over here and light the interview like this. I love the look here because you're in the environment and this is where the doctors work. Again, Adam kept nailing these interviews and getting these people to open up and share really cool stories. Then it was B-roll time. We ran around the hospital, got video and photos of these different animals. Because the hospital wasn't as busy today, we were able to bring some lighting with us and just make things look a little bit nicer. Also, David fell in love with this kitten.
Chomping on anything.
That's day 2. The boys were craving some In-N-Out, so we had to grab some. For our final day of shooting, we started off in San Francisco. The client had this cool garage for us to drive through. That's so cool. And this was our main interview setup. Another tiny room, making it work. This one's beautiful though. Brick walls, big window, San Francisco. The 600D was almost at 100% to light for this room, but it looked great. Then David and I got B-roll outside. He got some video, I got some photo, while Adam kept doing interviews. And that's it for San Francisco. Our final location was about an hour away in Campbell. We drove straight there and got right to work. This was a real busy location. We set up the interview room real quick. Then David and I jumped around the hospital grabbing B-roll at the same time while Adam was conducting the interviews. We were scheduled to do 2 interviews at first. I think he ended up doing about 7 or 8, which was a lot. And Adam was a trooper, so I know the client was really happy with how many interviews they got. And David was super creative with how he set up the shots here. They gave us an operating room to work with, and so we kind of were able to stage it. After that, we jumped in our car, drove straight back to our hotel, dumped off all our gear, then drove straight to San Francisco for our filmmakers meetup that we were hosting here. You pumped, Adam?
Yeah, look at that.
We limited this event to 30 people, and it looks like basically everyone showed up. I loved the conversations we were able to have and people we were able to connect with. There was just this attitude of get to know each other, listen to each other, and connect. It was just really, really great. I enjoyed it. David encouraged us to all join each other in a group chat on Instagram and just use that to try to help each other get jobs, talk about gear, foster that community. I think that was a brilliant idea, and I enjoyed it. Definitely want to do another meetup. Thank you, David. This was awesome.
So, David, Adam, what do you think? San Francisco?
Not moving anytime soon, but but that was a really cool meetup with a bunch of people who I think wanted to meet up, you know, and now they can convene in the Instagram chat and hopefully like build themselves. So it's on you to get the next meetup going.
Yeah.
But no, it was really cool meeting so many different types of people, different jobs, and you know, personalities.
Totally.
So it was fun.
Yeah, man. Thanks for
Do you have fun?
putting that on. I had a great time. Yeah. So many like so many good connections all in like one room. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. There was like doc filmmakers, full-time editors, producers, someone who just looked at the Eventbrite link and came.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't know anyone here? He's like, no, I just bought a
He's the
ticket.
only one.
I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a bunch of different
And he
people.
bought a ticket. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just fun.
Appreciate you putting on. What'd you think, Adam?
That was cool to meet people doing work in a different place, get their perspective on a different market, and like also just be human beings together and talk about life and make it happen, tying everything together as filmmakers and video people. So
I love it.
yeah, it was a good time, man.
Yeah.
Lots of cool connections. met one girl that was really cool, and just I'm like, I could send you on a job right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you have everything. Shoots Sony, has all the equipment.
Yeah.
Was it your friend Erica?
Erica? Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Erica
like,
rocks.
Oh, can I put a job request out on your channel?
Sure.
So someone asked me, do I know a videographer and photographer? I love it.
It's like you're letting a fart out.
Okay. So my buddy is looking for a videographer, photographer on May 15th in Napa. So if someone fulfills those roles, just like DM me on Instagram or something, and then I can forward you. But yeah, they need someone.
Okay, I'll put that in the description, guys. So Napa area photographer, videographer. What's the date again?
May 15th.
May 15th. Okay.
Someone
DM
get a
David
job.
if that's you.
Cool.
Cool. All right, thanks for coming out, guys. San Francisco. The hardest part about this whole shoot was saying goodbye to David and Adam. Man, I love those guys. We had such a fun time together. Ah.